Hello everybody, this is Vicky Soto. It's nice to see you, and I just wanted to say that good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are. I want to talk a little bit about the TEN Effort Network and the new TEN sprays. We're going to start off by talking about the sprays. As you can see, we have some beautiful pictures of the sprays here. They are wonderful sprays. I've got one on me right now. I'll show you this one. This is the vitamin D power. And what I like about the sprays, they're easy to handle, easy to read, easy to use. I'm going to do a demo here, okay? It's a quick demo of how you use the sprays. In case you're wondering, you spray 4 times. This one's good too. I got to tell you guys, the D, I love the D power. You spray on the inside of your cheek. It's called the buccal mucosa, and it absorbs within 3 seconds. Now you're probably wondering, like most people, why sprays? Let's talk about this. You know, a new technology delivery system for sprays, okay? As you probably know, vitamins and supplements are usually taken by pill. Some are injected, some are used transdermal patch, as you can see on this chart. Well, recently TEN put out this intra-oral spray, intra-oral meaning you don't have to put it underneath your tongue. That's called sublingual. As you can see, that's 55% effectiveness. Intra-oral means that it will actually absorb within your cheek area, inside cheek. And a buccal mucosa is the name of the membrane. And as you can tell, 90% effectiveness. So, you know, when you use a vitamin or use a supplement with this form of delivery system, then of course it's going to be much more effective and you will get better results. So, you know, we're going to talk about these sprays. We're going to start talking with my favorite one, the vitamin D spray. I love this spray because I was vitamin D deficient, just like most people. 77% of Americans are vitamin D deficient, and don't you know, the body, 2,000 up to 2,000 of our genes in our body are regulated by vitamin D. So that means that our body is heavily dependent on this particular vitamin. And vitamin D3 is not even really a vitamin, it's a hormone. It is so important to the body that the fact that all of us, or not all of us, but most of us are deficient, it really means that, you know, right now our bodies are probably not working as effectively as they need to. And I want to talk about the vitamin D a little bit. You saw that video with Dr. Oz and Diane Sawyer. She cracks me up, you know, talking about this because they made her take cod liver oil. Well, you know, that was one way they used to give you vitamin D. One of the most effective way of getting vitamin D, and it's created in the body, is through the sun. And as you know, most of us don't get enough sun anymore, and that's for good reason. A lot of the sun exposure we get is too strong, and it tends to cause, you know, sunburn and all kinds of cancerous problems. You know, last thing you want is to have melanoma or something like that from the sun. So we wear skin block and we stay inside and we wear hats and we hide from the sun every chance we get. And that is probably why most of us are deficient. And as you can imagine, people that live in areas where they don't see the sun very often, you know, in the northern areas of America and such, they've got an even worse situation as far as vitamin D deficiency. So if you can't get vitamin D through the sun, you only have a few choices. And one of those choices is, of course, the pill, and we just talked about that. If you have to process a pill through your digestive system, that really makes it hard for your body to absorb it. And if you can't absorb it, then obviously it's not going to help out your situation any. So this is very effective, and recently, and the people that I know that are started using this spray, they have found that within 60 days, usually their vitamin D level will go up somewhere between 20 and 40 points, and that's amazing. On a 1 to 100 scale, you want to be around 50 That's ideal. 50 to 60 is ideal for your vitamin D level, even though it's a 1 to 100 scale, but most people in America are under 30. I was one of those. My vitamin D went up 40 points. Well, actually, it went up probably about 38 points because it went up to 58. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me tell you why that's so important. Vitamin D deficiency, you know, research has found that a lot of the chronic diseases could have been prevented. You know, if people were not vitamin D deficient, the chances of them getting cancer and diabetes and asthma and heart disease, a lot of those could have been, you know, avoided if they didn't have vitamin D deficiency. That's how strong this vitamin is, and that's how important it is to our body. Now, prevention of diabetes, hypertension, and MS, and a few other really bad diseases, that's important. And when you think about, you know, how easy it is to use this vitamin D spray, I always tell people, if you don't know, find out your vitamin D level as soon as possible and start working on that, because this is such an easy way to make yourself healthier. Vitamin D deficiency. Ask everybody in your family what their vitamin D level is so that they can be healthier and they can treat that problem. Now, my other favorite vitamin is vitamin B12. Now, as you probably know, in America right now, this vitamin has become extremely important and significant to some people. A lot of people have started taking, let me just say, the least desirable way that I would to take B12, and that's by injection. Okay, this right here, this, I can't even look at this picture, it is so scary to me. But vitamin B12 injections have really it's exploded the amount of people, the quantity of B12 injections each day is amazing. And what I find amazing is the price is high. It's a very inconvenient way to get anything because you have to go into an office and get a shot. Now, getting the shot alone would deter me, but going, you know, once a week to get a B12 injection, that's just not cool. You know, when you could spray, B12 and it would absorb inside of your mouth, why would you want to go? And so most people that find out about the B12 spray immediately will ask me, you know, how can I get some of that? The B12 situation, some people are B12 deficient. It's not as normal as D3 deficiency. It's not as common. Now, if you have B12 deficiency, it's going to show up in some interesting ways, like anemia, loss of appetite, fatigue, depression, poor memory. And just because you forget things doesn't mean that you're deficient in B12. But I'll tell you this, after you spray B12 one time, you will start to realize that it has a very quick effect. The energy level, the immediate change, you'll start to notice that your thoughts are a little more organized too. That's what I like about it. But there's some other problems on there that I'd rather not read. Now, the next spray we're going to talk about is TEN-SuperTEN. This is a brand new spray for the TEN family. I love this spray. TEN-SuperTEN refers to, you know, superfoods, and some of you have heard of superfoods, some of you haven't. If you haven't heard about it, then you're really going to be excited by what they do. There's a lot of different supplements that are popular right now out there in the media, and they talk about them, and wouldn't you know it, TEN-SuperTEN has a few of them. Let's talk about what the ingredients are for TEN-SuperTEN spray. Ingredients are aloe vera gel, acai berry, goji berry, green tea extract, and maqui berry. All of these work together to help you with some certain problems like weight loss, menopausal support. Yes, that is very intriguing for women who are going through that. And probably a few men want to buy some too, from what I heard the other night at my house. A few men would like to buy this spray for their wives. But also joint pain, anti-aging, antioxidants. Superfoods really help your body in so many different ways. I mean, I could probably talk about this for the rest of the evening. And those of you who are not familiar, you just get on Google and look up, write down a few of these and look them up on Google and find out about the benefits. I was reading in WebMD today about the goji berry because that's the one that I haven't been familiar with. And it talks about how it helps you with certain things like diabetes. And I was thinking, wow, this is a great extract, and I'd never heard of it before. So, you want to look these up and find out what the spray does. I'll tell you what, it really tastes good. I love the taste of the TEN spray. It has a very citrusy taste. It reminds me a little bit of Tang. I don't know how to explain that, but the next spray we're going to talk about is the game changer. That's what I call it, Slim. Slim is going to be one of the most popular items this year, I promise you, because it has so many wonderful ingredients in it, and it works in a way that amazes me. One of the things I'm always surprised about when I spray it, and I've only been spraying it for about 6 days now, but it has a very strong appetite suppressant. But let's talk about the ingredients of the Slim, okay? Slim by 10, it's for weight loss. It has an appetite suppression and digestion. It helps with digestion. That first ingredient, African mango, is a high soluble fiber, okay? So I think that's part of what makes the appetite suppression so strong. What I do personally is I spray this first thing in the morning. Wow, I gotta tell you guys, I spray this in the morning. I'm not hungry, and those who know me will tell you that's amazing. I'm an eater. I'm a foodie. So it also has green coffee bean extract, Garcinia, Cambogia, which all of you have heard about because Dr. Oz calls it the fat buster, okay? And green tea extract, which, as you know, is a metabolism extract. It helps to boost your metabolism, and it also is high in antioxidants. Now, I'm going to show you guys a really interesting picture of me. This picture is a before and after of, since I started using Garcinia Cambogia. One of the ingredients in the spray has really been helping me out, okay? It is, as they say, a fat buster. And if you look at my body in this picture, it's kind of interesting. But I actually got the curves back because the fat, it doesn't weigh very much. Fat doesn't weigh very much, but it takes up a lot of space in your body. And once it starts falling off your body, immediately start getting smaller, and that's a pretty cool thing to have happen. So I love the Slim spray, and I love Garcinia Cambogia. And I think that a lot of people in the country are going to want to get their hands on this spray because it's easy to use. There's no mixing, water in it, or it's not a powder. You don't have to have a blender. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to cook it. You don't have to shake it, stir it, any of that kind of stuff. You really don't have to shake it, by the way. A lot of people shake it. You don't have to shake it. But you don't have to shake it, but you can just spray it, and you can carry it with you anywhere. So there's the convenience factor. It's much more sexier than popping a pill if you're at work, okay? And then also, there's that effectiveness thing that we were talking about earlier. Now that you know about the sprays, let me tell you something. I want to tell you that will help your health, okay? But let's talk about your wealth, because there's something else I want to talk to you about. Now, in this country right now, we're going through sort of a thing. We'll just call it a thing. We'll leave the political aspect out of it. We'll just say that right now we're going through some things in our country. My question to you is, given the economic changes and some of the things that companies are doing now, what is your plan? I ask people this on a daily basis because I think most people have not really thought about what they're going to do in the future. We're in denial. Most of us are in denial. It's like, okay, I can probably work until I'm 99, right? No, I don't think so. you're going to want to, at some point in time, stop working, enjoy your life, now that you're living longer because of the sprays. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you could actually go on vacation and have a good time with your family? Yeah, I think so too. This part of the factor, this is going to make you feel better. This is going to make you, healthier, and this other part of the factor is going to help make you wealthier, and that's important as well. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about what your plan is, and let me give you some ideas of what's going on with me and what's going on with a few friends of mine. We're working on some long-term plans, and long-term meaning that starting very soon here, this company TEN will be launching in the United States, Dubai, and the Philippines. But right now, TEN is pre-launching in the United States. And that's so exciting because you are part of the pre-launch. How often do you get in front of something? And this is what I call, timing and placement right here, okay? You're in front of something really big, and it's going to be big because it's a paradigm change. We're changing the way that people take supplements and vitamins. It's just like, if you had the 8-track, you remember the 8-track player, and you remember albums, you remember that? And then the cassettes came along and took the place of 8 tracks and albums. And then the CD came along and took the place of all of the stuff in front of that. And once you get something that's easier to use, more effective, more fun to use, then you don't go back to the old stuff. And that's what's going to happen with this, okay? So let's talk about the company. Let's talk about TEN, and let's talk about what it's all about. The company, the parent company, is called Team Effort International, and it was actually started in 2002. Yes, we're going on the 11th year that the parent company has been around. So we're talking a stable company that is global, okay? It is headquartered in San Ramon, California, and there are regional offices around the world. And there's a first division called My Video Talk that's in 51 countries across the globe, and is doing quite well, by the way. And let me just say this. We have 2 divisions right now, and the CEO that you see down there in the corner is planning to expand this company to be several divisions. So how exciting. Not only you're pre-launching TEN, but we're also beginning something totally brand new for Team Effort International. So here we have a ground floor opportunity, in a debt-free company that's no risk, but lots and lots of opportunity. And Melanie McGill, that beautiful couple down the corner, genuinely caring people. I love them. They are close friends of mine now. I've known them for 3 years, and I can tell you that their mission, the most important product for them, is what they call the product of changing lives. And they have done that so well across the world. So many millionaires, so many people that have changed their lifestyle because of this couple. They are definitely blessed. But let's talk about TEN in specific, okay? TEN pays 10 ways. Now, isn't that convenient? I love that. 10 pays 10 ways. And we're going to talk very briefly about each of these because I like to do a very quick overview. I don't want to take too much time, but I do want to talk about each of these ways, okay? But let's first talk about what's involved, okay? To become a TEN distributor, it only costs $49.90. Yeah. To become a distributor, to enroll in TEN is less than $50. How often do you hear something like that? Plus, of course, you will need inventory, so you will need to purchase some tubes of spray. And we will get to that in a moment because, first of all, I want to show you what that $49.90 will get you, okay? First of all, one of the 10 ways that we get paid is through retailing the 10 products. And that's pretty cool because you wholesale them at one price, and then you will retail them at about 40% more. So you can do the math, but I'm going to tell you that's good pocket change right there. Plus, even if you don't want to do what I'm talking to you about in a minute here, this right here alone will help you to make some income and also help you to start your own business, okay? So let's talk about the second way. the way that I love the most, because we're going to talk about that plan I was telling you, that long-term income. Now, if you really want to build a steady income, something that'll keep coming in month after month, you might want to try becoming a team builder, okay? A team builder in TEN involves getting 2 business partners and helping those 2 business partners get 2 business partners. So that's what it's all about. This whole team building situation has to do with getting 2 business partners. But we're going to talk about that a little more in detail. First, I'm going to tell you how you can get a Fast Start bonus from the company. The Fast Start bonus is a $50 bonus that you will get for bringing in a new business partner into Team Effort International. And it's an unlimited payout situation. In other words, no matter how many times you bring in a new business partner, you will get $50 from the company. And that's a direct commission. There is no limit on that or any kind of restriction, okay? Now, as soon as you get 2 business partners, and you've already started your little team here, you've got a left team and a right team, you've got $50 for, each of those 2 business partners, then you are considered fully qualified for everything that I'm about to tell you, okay? Just think about that for a second. We're talking just 2 business partners, and you can get the bonuses I'm about to tell you about. Team Builder bonus, first bonus I'd like to talk about, is a very cool bonus because you brought in Ben as a new business partner, and Ben brought in his own business partner by the name of Mary. Well, funny thing about that, even though you may not know Mary, you got $25 from the company for helping Ben. For teaching him and showing him the way and showing him how, to help and mentor and sponsor a business partner of his own. So you receive $25 from the company. Unlimited payout. There's no restriction on that. I love it. Now, this is what it looks like, okay? If you keep helping your business partners to get business partners, then your first 2 business partners plus their 2 business partners, it looks like this. It looks like 50, 50, 25, 25, 25, 25, okay, for those bonuses from the company. But, of course, it won't stop there. But meanwhile, while this is happening, you become an executive rank, okay? You brought in Ben and Keisha. This is the picture I want you to look at as I explain this. You brought in Ben and Keisha as 2 business partners, so you have a left team and a right team. And Ben and Keisha brought in their business partners. The company paid you $100 advance rank bonus. And then also you're considered an executive, which is one of the most important ranks in our company, okay? In fact, Mel Gill, the CEO, always talks about that the executives are the meat of this company because they are the ones who are out there helping other people to change their lives. Now, I love this picture because it's a little complex, but I want to explain it to you real quick. This is where you get paid for building a team, okay? And your team gets paid for building a team. So it's everybody working together as a team. Now, look at this closely, okay? First of all, there's you, and then, you brought in your business partners, and they brought in their business partners. But every time that 4 new business partners come up on the team on one leg, and then 2 on another leg, either way that it goes, you get $150 weekly bonus, up to $5,000 a day or $35,000 a week. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And that bonus, I love it because, like I said, it has to do with Team Effort, which is the name of our parent company. So there you go. Okay, now let's talk about achieving that first cycle. Now, as I told you before, you get $50 Fast Start bonus for your 2 business partners. So that equals $100 in Fast Start bonuses. Plus, those 2 business partners brought in their 2 business partners because they also want to be qualified for everything. So they brought in 4 people into your organization, and that was $25 for each of those from the company, so that's another $100 for a team builder bonus. Of course, you got an executive rank for doing this. It was a one-time bonus of $100 for that. And like I said, that's a nice thing for the company to do, to pay you for that rank. And then, of course, this is your first cycle. So you'll get $100 plus $50 for the 50% match, which is $150 cycle bonus for that weekly cycle. So $450 for that first cycle. Isn't that lovely? And you know what I like about the company is, even if you don't do this first cycle your first week, it will carry over your volume. And that may not make any sense what I just said, but you'll understand, you know, if you have some extra volume that isn't used during the week, then it goes over to the next week, to the next month, however long it takes for you to get that first cycle. And I think that is a wonderful thing that Mel and Amy did. It shows that they care about their people and they want to make sure that they do well. Now, the first thing I want to say about the monthly binary cycle is this is all about residual income, because let me just tell you guys, you will always have residual bills. I don't care. You know, it's kind of funny. We used to not all have residual bills, but now that we have cell phones and cable service and all the stuff that we pay for monthly, there is something always that you have to pay for every month, isn't there? Isn't it crazy? But every month you've got a residual bill. Well, wouldn't it be awesome if you have residual income that comes in and pays all those bills, so that after that, you know, all of the rest of your income is just stuff you can spend money on or save money or go on vacation or whatever it is you want to do. And also, this will help you to build a long-term passive income. Yes. So let's talk about that, okay? Now, in TEN, we have the monthly binary cycle. And your tracking system is looking at your organization, your whole organization, and it's trying to figure out, you know, how much money did your organization make the previous month, so that it can pay you for that, you know, commission every month, okay? So it looks through and it looks at what we call points. The point system in TEN is really easy once you understand that our points are based on packages that are sold in our organization. And as soon as you figure that out, it's very easy to understand. But realize this, it's based on points. There is 150,000 per month maximum that you can make from the binary system, which comes out to 1,800,000 a year. And I'm going to show you some better pictures of this so that you'll get an idea, some visuals. Okay, first of all, we have two auto ships for TEN. One of them is a 4-tube auto ship, and it's $59, and it equals 1 point. And the second one is a 10-tube auto ship, and it's $119, and it equals 2 points. Are you beginning to get the picture? Okay. So if you look at this picture, you can see that some of the business centers or some of the business partners in here are, you know, buying 4 tubes a month. Some are getting 10 tubes a month, and that whole organization, all of those points are counting toward your residual income. So the whole organization is working together to make monthly checks, basically. So if you look at this, you'll see 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Each time, 3 points show up on one side of your organization and 6 points on the other. That's a $25 cycle. So the computer is looking through here and is picking out each $25 cycle, adding them together, and giving you one lovely monthly check each month. Okay, and this is probably a better chart for people who are more linear. Okay, okay, if you have 10 of those 3 and 6 cycles, then that would be 10 times $25, because they're each $25 cycles, $3,000 a year. If you have 1,000 of those $25 cycles, then that would be $25,000 in 1 month and $300,000 a year. And then, of course, you know, like I was telling you before, when you get to 6,000, you know, cycles of $25, then that's $150,000 a month, and that would max out the monthly binary cycle, just that bonus. Okay, not the rest of the bonuses, but just that bonus. And wouldn't that be lovely? But anyway, this is a very easy way to understand that this organization works as a team and they build passive income. You know, there are companies out there right now like Herbalife and some of the older network marketing companies that are paying people monthly residual income, and they're not even doing business anymore. I mean, they're paying them millions of dollars. So the cool thing about this, we have people overseas right now in our previous sister division, My Video Talk, that are already receiving millions of dollars of residual income. And we're just excited because they are definitely, you know, making the path for us. You know, we're new, but they're making the path. They're showing us the way. So it's really, really great to look at and very exciting. Now, let me talk to you about another thing that we have, and it's a recognition of 10 executives. For the weekly bonus, when it gets to $2,000 in 1 week, then the company will call you a 1-star, because that'll be your new rank, and you will get paid an extra $2,000 one time as a reward that week. Now, these other stars, there's also rewards that are, you know, compensate you about $5,000 for a 2-star, $10,000 for a 5-star, and then the 10-star, when you make $25,000 in 1 week, the company will pay you an extra $25,000 for a reward. You know, and that has happened quite a few times. We have a lot of 10 stars in Team Effort International. So how wonderful and exciting is that, okay? But believe me, what I'm about to tell you is really going to excite you. But first, we're going to talk about those tubes of spray I was telling you about earlier. Now, if you're getting a basic initial shipment for $200, that would be an initial shipment one time for $200 for 10 tubes of spray, okay? 10 of these tubes for $200 one time. Then after that, 30 days later, you would receive 4 tubes of spray for $59. That's the basic shipment. Now, what I'm about to tell you is really exciting. We have 2 incentive shipments, okay? And they're called special incentive shipments because they have a special incentive tied to them. Okay, this is the Super 10 and Diamond 10. It costs $350 one time for 20 tubes of spray and 10 samples. And notice I'm getting really excited because I'm going to tell you, first of all, you're going to need this inventory. You're going to need these 20 tubes of spray because people are going to start asking you for them, trust me. Okay, $350 for 20 tubes of spray. You can sell those tubes of spray and make a profit. So that's pretty cool. Your first shipment and the 10 samples you can give out to people so they can try your product. But monthly shipment 30 days later of only $59 for 4 tubes, or $119, I call that the value pack of 10 tubes of spray. So this special incentive, though, is the part that I think you're going to really like. Okay, this qualifies you for being in the luxury club, the LCQ. The luxury club means that if you have 100 points, remember the points we talked about earlier, you know, 1 for $59, 2 for $119 packages. If your whole organization has 100 points on, you know, one team and 50 points on the other team, you become qualified for the luxury club, which will get you $600 a month for the car of your choice, the BMW or the Mercedes, any color you like, VIP status for events and parties, VIP leadership retreat. Now, that's pretty awesome in itself, wouldn't you say? That is pretty awesome right there. But it gets better. There's another club. The Diamond Club qualifier. See, this club right here, this is pretty spiffy right here. I'm using old terms. I'm an old lady, so I can say spiffy. But 200 points on one team and 100 points on the other will get you a luxury car bonus of up to $1,200 a month for a BMW or a Mercedes. Luxury trips and lifestyle, you know, those diamond rings and all kinds of amenities, special lifestyle things for the Diamond Club qualifier. Mel Gill says that he wants this particular division to be a lifestyle a lifestyle business. So he wants this company to stand out among all companies, and believe me, I think this will do it. It's pretty exciting. But if you're wondering how we're doing in this area, first of all, 2 people have already qualified. Well, actually 7 people have already qualified, but let's just talk about these 2 people, because this person right here is Memo Science. Is one of my friends. He's in California. He's already qualified, and he has got the new 750i. I call it the midnight blue BMW. Isn't that pretty? Memo is the sweetest person, has never done marketing before. Okay. That will give you an idea of what kind of company this and how wonderful the owners are. He has never done this kind of marketing before, but now he has a car that's being paid for by the company. Hi, Cynthia. The other car I want to show you is Prissy's. Prissy is a girl who loves red cars, okay, and she got a convertible red Mercedes-Benz because she qualified for the car bonus, and now you can't tell Prissy anything. She rides around in a luxury car that really stands out among cars, you got to admit. Now, this, of course, is just part of, you know, a wonderful program that pays every Wednesday. You know, we never miss a Wednesday paycheck. You know, we have monthly checks, we have car bonus checks, we have weekly checks. It's pretty awesome. But everything, you qualify for everything with 2 business partners, okay? 2 business partners. I know. It's really hard to think about. It's so crazy. No fleshing of volume. As long as you have 2 active business partners, your volume will just continue to carry over and carry over. I mean, even if you go in the hospital for a year, your volume will just carry on over for the next year. It's pretty unusual for our industry, but a lovely amenity to this program. Okay, more payout than any company I've ever seen, and proven to make millionaires across the world in countries that normally don't do marketing this way. Okay, so I'm excited. I know you're excited. I think there's only really one more thing that I need to say to you guys, and that is you need to, join the team. You need to talk to the person that invited you to this presentation and tell them, hey, you know, I know that you guys are pre-launching right now. I want to get in front of the game. I know this is going to be huge because it's a change in the way people do something that's really important. You know, it's going to be a big change, and I want you to be able to take full advantage of it. So get back with the person who invited you and let them know you are ready to get started, or maybe you have some questions and you just want to find out some more information. Hey, we're cool with that. We understand, and we will be glad to help you with any questions that you have. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for being on this presentation. And, you know, at this time, like I said, get with that person.